Content creators, are you struggling right now to find high quality sound effects and background music to use in your content? Believe me when I say that I know exactly how you're feeling because I was once in that position as well. It's so frustrating when you just can't find that one thing that could really enhance your content. But fuss no more, because Epidemic Sound is your best resource when it comes to content creation. They have a large variety of options to choose from when it comes to background music and sound effects. I have been using Epidemic Sound for quite a while now, and let me just say, I have never once been disappointed by any of the background music or sound effects that I found when it comes to my own content creation, whether it was for Instagram Reels, TikToks, YouTube videos, or even podcasting. So, stop fussing and head on over to my Instagram at mindful.minute_. Click on that link in my bio and check out my shared Epidemic Sound link to help you get started today. Trust me when I say this, you will not be disappointed. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mindful Minute. It's Gabby. I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all thriving. I wanted to kind of start off this episode by doing a little self-care check-in. How are you guys feeling? What has been going on in your life? What's something exciting that you've really been looking forward to? If you want to answer any of these questions, feel free to let me know in the comments over on my Instagram at mindful.minute_. And yeah, just let me know. There's also a Q&A section for those of you who listen to me on Spotify. So I will ask these exact same questions over there and kind of ask you what type of episodes you'd want to hear, like topics for episodes moving forward. So be sure to respond to those. Give me that feedback because it's important for me to really know what you all would like to listen to so that I can really kind of tailor what I do to really help suit what you are trying to listen to. I'm a little sniffly this week. I don't know if my allergies are kicking in or what it is, but forgive me for that. So, this week's episode is going to be about 11 spring self-care ideas. So, I will kind of tell you guys what I suggest. You can obviously tailor these to fit what you need. And if you do try any of these, be sure to let me know what your results were. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I will recommend for your spring self-care ideas is for you to go for a walk. I mean, I know this sounds super basic and like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I feel like if you work from home or you go to school from home, because I know that like ever since the pandemic, a lot of people have been trying to like not really be in the office or not be on campus as much. So if you are working from home, I feel like this is such a good way to be able to at least like get outside, have a moment for yourself on your lunch break or after work is over or after school is over, and really like get your mindset into a different place. Because I think in general, like I'm unemployed right now, but I can tell you that when I was working from home, our minds just become like so filled with like all the other things that we have going on that we don't ever really like pay attention and say like, oh wait, like I didn't do something for me today. And simply you taking a walk could be the thing that you do for yourself. So if you are already doing that, that's great. But I think especially because the weather is getting nicer out, it kind of makes it a little bit better because now you can be like, oh, like at least the weather's nice out and I actually want to go outside for a walk. The second thing I will say for spring self-care ideas is updating your skincare routine. Listen, I am a skincare queen. That is like the one thing I really love. And I know that some women prefer like makeup, and that's like a thing that they really go for. However, I'm not a big makeup person. Like I keep it basic. Like I'm like lipstick, lip gloss, or like a simple blush and like eyeshadow. That's it. But skincare is my thing. And so recently when I was on vacation, I was like, you know what? I need to like figure out some new skincare ideas. Like what can I do for myself, because obviously like what I was using didn't have all of the ingredients and things in it that I really needed for my skin. And so I went to Sephora and I got a new moisturizer, I got a new cleanser, and they also gave me like a sunscreen to put on, because they were like, listen, even if you're not going out into the sun every single day, but the times that you do, and your skin's gonna be exposed to the sun, then it's really beneficial to have like sunscreen or some SPF moisturizer on hand. Sorry for my sniffles. So, update your skincare routine. Ladies, if you are currently in a place where you're like, okay, like this method that I have doesn't seem to be working for me, swap out the things that you have now that you're like, okay, yeah, maybe it's this, maybe it's the moisturizer I have, or maybe it's the cleanser, the face wash that I'm using that's not really giving me the results that I'm really looking for. Go to Sephora or wherever you shop from to get your skincare, and just talk to someone there and just be like, listen, this is the type of skin that I think I have. Like for me, I have dry skin. And I know it's not super dry, but it's like normal to dry skin, right? So for me, like when I was talking to the Sephora specialist, he was like, listen, your skin is not that dry, but I get what you're trying to say. So he recommended products to me that would be a lot more beneficial. However, the products that I use are obviously not going to be useful to everyone else, because we all have different types of skin. So really do your research on what you need. If what you're currently using is not giving you the results that you're looking for, then, look into what it is that could possibly be a better option for you. Men, same goes for you, honestly. And I think, here's the thing. I think people have a tendency to say like, oh, I've heard this so many times from other people, and just how society like looks at men when they use skincare. It's like, no, the fact that you are actually taking in the consideration to actually take care of your skin, that's like amazing. Like that is like really really good, because not everybody in this world like really cares about those things. And the fact that you as a male actually like are like, nah, like I have my steps to go through for my skincare routine. Like I have the things that I really need that I use every single day that are really helping me out. And so when that's the case, it's like people are gonna look at you and be like, why? Like you're a guy, like you shouldn't be taking care of your skin. To be honest, fuck that. I hate to say it that way, but in all seriousness, like no. That's like such a shitty way of thinking, because I know for me, like, I have two brothers. They both take care of their skin. They're both into skincare. Like, it shouldn't be looked down upon for the fact that you are a guy and you actually take care of your skin. So, you can do the same thing, what is it that you are struggling with? Do you have acne? Do you have, do you break out easily? Is your skin drier? Is it more sensitive? You can really like do a lot of research here as well. I didn't mean to have like a full-on skincare talk, but I think that was really a good place to start. The third thing is to enjoy some time, like enjoy a meal outside, right? I think this is so good and so beneficial. Like, I'll tell you, for me, when I came back from my little trip, the weather was a lot nicer out that one day, because like weather can fluctuate obviously, but this one day like the weather was so nice out, so my friend and I took a trip and we just went to a nearby place, and we had some food, and then we just kind of like walked around outside. And it's like, honestly, like, even if you don't feel good about like enjoying a full-on meal outside, because like honestly I don't prefer it that way, simply because like bugs, I don't mess with bugs. Like, I'm not a bug fan. So but even if you're like, you know what, I'm gonna still enjoy some time outside with a friend or by myself or with a partner or a family member, whichever one it is that you choose to do, I think it could still be super beneficial, because it's like, you're taking in all the sun, you're just enjoying some time with the people that you love. So give that a try. The next thing on the list is spring cleaning. Listen, I I won't say that I'm a clean freak, but I will say that I like to stay organized. And so for me, staying organized means like having my room be clean, using things that like, aromas like candles. I love like a good candle. I love my essential oil and diffuser, but it could look different for everybody else. Like, I know for my mom, she's like, when she does her spring cleaning, like, she's like, I need to like look through all the closets. What are we no longer using? And I've done that too. And I finally got to a point, you guys, I finally got to a point where I'm actually happy with like how my closets look. My closets used to be a hot mess. Like, one of them, I'd open the door and like clothes that I had like kind of at the bottom, because I don't have a walk-in closet. That's like a dream. I need one of those. Like, I have way too much clothing, and I think like for me, I'd open the door and all the clothes that I had kind of like piled up at the bottom, like in a specific place, would tumble out at my feet. And I was like, I hate this. Like, I hate coming into this closet and not being able to find what I need. So one day, I went a little crazy, and I took out everything from that closet. Like, I'm talking top to bottom. Everything. The shelves, the actual, like, rod that had, like, the hangers on it with all the clothes, everything from the bottom. I, like, cleaned out that closet, and I was like, listen, this is what I need. And then all the things that I didn't want that were like old and like never gonna be used again, and that was like not good enough to like donate to someone or to charity or anything, I got rid of it, because I'm like, I've had this for so long and I'm never gonna wear this again, and it's like too old to the point where like I can't give this away. Like, that would not be okay. At least like if I had something more recent that I was like, okay, like it doesn't fit me, I can give it away. That's a different situation, right? So I spent my time cleaning out this closet. I put on a show. I think I was watching The Nanny. I was definitely watching The Nanny. The Nanny Named Fran. I was so off key, but that's okay. I sat on the floor and I was like cleaning out my closet, and I was like, okay, like I could keep this. I tried on things. Personally, like, I hate the idea of trying on clothes that you own in your closet. I'm just like, okay, I can just tell that this thing is not going to fit me. So I cleaned out that closet. Then I cleaned out the closet that has like my jackets and my shoes in it. Because yes, like I was just like, no, like what in here can I get rid of? What in here is like still good? And yeah, so even if it's simply just like starting with your closet and working your way up from there, to be like, okay, like what else in this house or this apartment do I not need anymore in my space? Get rid of all the things that no longer spark joy. And the next thing on this list is to, well, I'm so sorry about that. I made this list and I don't even know what I put on it. So, anyways, next thing on this list is to meditate in a different place. For me, I realized that, one of the things I really am striving to get to, like that point in my life where, I mean, I know it's going to take some time, but for right now, like, I do everything in my room. Like, I obviously sleep here. I like get work done here. I meditate here. Like, but I also feel like having a separate place where it's like not in the room where you like sleep. Because I've heard people talk about this. Like, obviously, they're like celebrities and they have like other rooms dedicated to different things. That's not the case when you live in a 2-bedroom apartment and you are like, you know, a 20-something-year-old and you're single and you are looking for a job. And yeah, so it's kind of hard to like dedicate one specific place to like just be your meditation spot. But I'm working towards it. I'm really trying to get to that point, right? But I don't know. I feel like meditating in a different place, aside from where you usually would, you kind of have to switch up those routines, right? Like, that's the whole point of this episode, is just really switch up your routine, try something different. If you're meditating in your room, like me, maybe try meditating in your living room. Maybe try meditating somewhere that you're like, oh, like, I've never thought to meditate in this place before. Because I feel like it's gonna spark like a different level of like, oh, this is like a new thing I can try, or like maybe this doesn't work for me, let me just go back to the basics. So I think really give that a try and see what the results are for you. Okay, this one is a good one. I would say read a new book, because I feel like if you're anything like me and you get interested in a specific book and you pick it up and you're like, or you listen to it, because I'm an audio book fan. I still enjoy reading my books in Braille though sometimes, so it just really depends on the type of book and how I'm really feeling about it. Anyways, so I would say try finding a new book that like actually, that you're like, oh, like this really looks interesting. Because my issue is I take so long to actually finish reading a book, whereas I have like a friend who she literally finishes like her book in a couple of days, not even. And I'm just like, girl, I'm still on like chapter 2. No, I'm exaggerating. I'm still on chapter 10 and she's already like, oh, I finished a book already. And I'm just like, okay, I need to learn how to get to that point. But my thing is like, I get so invested in like certain books. Like this one book I'm reading right now. What is it called? Hold on, I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to get my phone and look it up. Oh, it's called The It Girl. And I have been like loving this book recently. And I feel like I don't ever dedicate enough time to actually listen to this book. But I'm trying to do better. I'm a work in progress. We all are works in progress. I'm trying to do better. My thing is though, my friend, like the way she reads her books, like she'll be like, okay, I found this new book, reads it within like a couple days, and I'm just like, I can't, like for me, I'm the opposite. For me, I'm like, okay, like a new TV show on Netflix just came out. A new show just came out on Netflix, right? And I'm like, okay, like The Night Agent. If you guys never watched The Night Agent on Netflix, please go watch it. The guy in there is really handsome. He's very cute. That's besides the point. For me, I was so invested in that show. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't just... And the episodes were long. Like, they were like hour-long episodes. And so I was like, I need to know what happens next. Like, what's gonna happen next, you know? And so I started it and finished it within 2 days. I'm not even kidding you guys. I laid in my bed for the first time when I was like, well, not the first time, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I laid in my bed for the first couple episodes, and I was like, okay, like, this looks really interesting. Maybe I could give it a try. And then I was hooked immediately. Like, the first episode, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? I have to sneeze. Hold on. I'm so sorry about that. I had to pause really quick because I had to sneeze. And yeah. Anyways, so I was so freaking invested in this show that I was like, I need to watch this now. Like, I couldn't stop. I was like, this show is just too good. But I'm not that way with books.
Like, I feel with books, unless it's really something that I'm like, okay, like, I need to know what happens in the next chapter, that's a different situation. Like, this book that I've been reading now, oh my god, I'm so sorry I sound so gross and nasally and congested. I hate it. This book that I've been reading now is, like, really good. It's really, really good, and I want to know what happens at the end. However, I'm not the way that my friend is when it comes to books. Like, she's like that with books. I'm the opposite when it comes to, like, shows. Because I'll be like, oh, girl, you gotta watch the show. Like, I put her on Tonight Agent. I literally put everybody on Tonight Agent. I was like, listen, you need to watch the show now. Like, forget about the show you're watching. Look at the show. Watch the show. And people get so invested in it that they're like, oh my god, you're right. Like, I just want to keep watching it. And I'm like, exactly. So, I'm like that. But I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to, like, read a lot more. I enjoy writing. I think writing has become one of my favorite things. So for me, it's like, I enjoy writing a lot more now than I used to. And reading, I still like to read books. Like, it's not like I don't read them, but I don't get super invested in them. And unless it's, like, really something I'm like, okay, like, this is really mysterious. I need to know what happens to this character next. So if you're anything like that, check out some book recommendations that I've done in the past, like, for self-care, if you're really trying to, like, learn more about self-help. If not, think about the genres that you really like. Think about, like, the type of things that you'd want to read, and really kind of figure out what that would look like for you. If you are, like, a bookworm and you have recommendations, be sure to let us know on Instagram at mindful.minute_. Okay, let's move to the next thing. The next thing on my list is to limit your screen time. Listen. I am not good at this, okay? So don't think that because I'm telling you this, that I've become, like, perfect at limiting my screen time. I'm horrible at it. Horrible. However, there are moments, little pockets of moments in time where every now and then I just say fuck it and I leave my phone in my room while I go and do other things that could be more productive and creative for me. However, here's the kicker, right? It sucks because, like I've mentioned in previous episodes, I still need to rely on using my iPad for me to be creative. But my phone is where I'm like, I really need to, like, no longer, like, I need to find a way of each and every day, even if it's just for, like, an hour, for me to just be like, okay, I don't need to be on my phone. And I'm trying to get better at it. All of these things, I'm really trying to get better at it. So I'm not perfect. If you're listening to this episode and you're like, wow, like, she's really good at this. No, she sucks. She's horrible at this. But she's trying to do better. I think that for me, I'm really trying to find ways to be like, every now and then throughout the week, to really just be like, if I don't need to be on my phone, I don't need to have it in my hand. Like, it doesn't need to be near me. Because I feel like for me, I'm a lot more creative on my iPad. Like, that's where I do all my writing. That's obviously where I edit, like, my videos for YouTube. And I'm just like, unless I'm, like, filming a video or I want to, like, go on TikTok, which TikTok, like, I don't know, you guys. I think we need to find better ways of being able to, like, use our time and to dedicate our energy to different things. And I think that I think it also has a lot to do with, like, the people that you choose to surround yourself with, because I'm not saying that, like, every single person that you surround yourself with is, like, going to be addicted to their phone. I'm sure all of us are, regardless. But what I'm saying is, like, for me, I find that when I'm around certain people, like, in my friend group or with certain, like, family, I don't look at my phone. Like, I actually kind of forget that I have a phone. And this happens pretty frequently, and my mom will be like, girl, I've been trying to call you, and I'm like, oh, sorry, like, my phone's all the way on the other side of the room charging. I haven't looked at it. I've been busy, like, doing other things, like, with friends or whatever. And I don't know, I feel like that is kind of special to me, because it just shows me that I feel so comfortable around these groups of people that I don't need to pull my phone out to check anything. Like, unless my mom or my brothers or anybody in my family that, like, really, really desperately needs my attention is calling me or texting me, I don't look at my phone. Like, I think I've gotten a little bit better at doing this. Like, of course, me being a content creator, it's a little bit easier. I mean, it's a little bit harder to, like, completely forget about your phone. But here's what I've stopped doing, right? When it comes to my content creation, none of you actually care about this, but if you do care, great. Thank you. What I've stopped doing when it comes to content creation is just filming shit for the like sake of filming it. Right? Cuz like I'd go out with people and I'm like, "Oh my god, like let me film this moment," right? And of course you want to like capture that moment, but I've stopped like doing that because I realize also is like maybe the people I'm around don't always want a camera in their face. And I have to respect that. As a content creator, you can't always like flash a camera in someone's face and just be like, "Okay, dance monkey dance." Like, no. Not every single person is into like the whole being on social media, having their face be shown on social media. And so I've gotten better at like asking first, like being like, "Oh, hey, like is it cool if I film this? Do you want to be a part of this? If you don't, like just let me know and I won't capture you in this like video or whatever." So I've gotten really good at like really filtering out what I used to do. And because like what I used to do was just be like, I'm going to film every single thing. And not every single person that I spend my time with enjoys that. There are people, on the other hand, that I do hang out with that are like, yeah, like, I don't mind. You could film this. There are still, like, moments that I'll be like, oh, like, this would be so fun to film. And I'll, of course, be like, yo, are you guys cool with this? Or are you cool with this? And if people are like, no, I don't really want to be on camera, then I'll be like, okay, like, I don't have to keep you on camera. You know, like, I can obviously, like, film another person, film myself. But I think that's, like, a big thing. So I'm sorry, I go on these tangents, y'all, and I just, like, keep going. Limiting screen time, I think, can be really good for all of us, because I think that we've become so, like, focused on the TikTok meme. I'm old. The TikTok memes? What the hell is that? That's not a thing. The TikToks, the memes, the random shit people post, the irrelevant things that we really don't need to be focusing our energy on. And I feel like for me, being a creative person in general, I'm really trying to send that, like, energy towards my creative side. Like, unless I'm filming, unless I'm, like, putting up a post on Instagram, or I, want to share something special, then I feel like that's more, necessary for me to be on my phone. But I'm also at the point where, like, even when I'm on my iPad, like, I won't really go on Instagram much. I mostly go to, like, the Mindful Minute Instagram, which if you're not following me there, be sure to follow me at mindful.minute_. Because I usually try to share, like, empowering quotes and affirmations, things of that nature. But other than that, I'm usually, like, editing a video, working on creative writing for my blog, or just, like, journaling, or, things of that nature. So I think I'm really trying to get better at that. And if you're in a place right now where you're, like, super reliant on your phone, I challenge you. Here's the challenge. Challenge you this week or anytime next week, before the next episode comes out, which will be next Wednesday. I challenge you to at least leave your phone in a place, like in your room, right? If you don't really spend much of your time in your room and you're just like, all right, I got other things I want to work on, leave your phone in your room, turn it on vibrate, put on do not disturb. Don't even think about it for like at least half an hour. Like, that's what, 30 minutes? 30 minutes. I challenge you to just forget about your phone for 30 minutes. Go focus on anything else for those 30 minutes. And, see how it feels, see what it's like for you. So yeah. The next one I will say is creating a gratitude journal. If you are anything like me and you don't have the option to write with pen and paper, I'm blind, so that's clearly out the window. And you prefer to use like any other way of being able to write, there's lots of like journal apps that people are using now. I've been using one for many years that I personally am a big like fan of. I'll link it in my bio in the Linktree site if you guys want to download it and check it out. I hate these sniffles. Like, it's so annoying. I'm so sorry. And if you're feeling me right now, if you're like, okay, I feel you, girl. Like, I have the sniffles. I have allergies. I just honestly, I send you love. I send everybody love regardless. But, like, my mom has really bad allergies. Like, hers get really bad. Mine are just, like, I sniffle a lot. Anyways. So. Sorry, I was trying to be Miranda Sings for a second. So yeah, creating a gratitude journal. What I like to do is to really set time to write 3 to 5 things that I'm very grateful for on that day. And you can do the same thing. In your gratitude journal, you can say, you know what, especially like seeing that this is like for springtime, you can even say like, listen, I'm really grateful for the birds chirping this morning. I'm grateful for the sunshine outside. I'm really grateful for the moments that I'm able to spend with my family, or I'm really grateful for the health that my family's in. It can be like very, very simple things like that. If you're not a big like fan of journaling, but you still want a way to like allow your feelings to really flow and kind of get them out in a creative way, this is a good place to start. I think starting off with the gratitude journal is a really good place to start for your first time journaling, because I think it allows you to really notice the things around you that you're like, oh, I'm really grateful for this thing. Or, oh yeah, like I'm really grateful for that person in my life. So give it a try. You never know. Ugh. Sorry. The next thing on the list is creating a vision board. I created a vision board at the beginning of this year. And there's lots of options to start here. If you simply go on Amazon, you can type in like vision board, and it'll give you options. You'll probably find the one that I have, which is like, it gives you the board to actually like put all the stuff on, and then it gives you like a booklet of stickers, so you can kind of go through the booklet and pick and choose the ones that you want to add to your list on the vision board. I did this. I don't know how to remove those stickers because I'm like, I want to add more things. But what I might just end up doing is like creating a separate thing and having that vision board be that. Anyways, no one cares about this detail. I'm just babbling. So creating a vision board can be pretty cool. I've always thought that vision boards were only for people that had sight, because I'm like, you're going to be able to look at those stickers every single day, and it's going to inspire you, and it's going to really allow you to like pay attention of that like goal. But I think for me, I have this vision board, but it's like, because all the stickers are in print, it's like, it's a lot harder for me to like open this vision board and be like, oh yeah, like that'll be cool to try. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm still trying to find other ways of being able to really allow myself to have those moments of like, okay, like let me try to manifest. Also, I suck at manifesting. Let me just say, I'm trying to get better. I am a powerful manifester. There we go. Let's speak it into the universe, everyone. But I'm really trying to get better at really creating ways of saying like, listen, like this thing is going to be inspiring for me because of X, Y, and Z. But if you really are trying to get into vision board creation things, Amazon has good options. They have like, you'll probably find the one that I have, which is the one with the stickers, like the booklet of stickers and the vision board itself. And those I feel like that's a good place to start, because then you can just simply say, okay, what do I want to add to this board for health? What do I want to add for wealth? What do I want to add for, whatever, literally anything. So yeah, I think that would be cool. Next thing I would say is we're done with that. I wrote this list and I'm like trying to figure out what else I put. Oh yeah. Sorry, you guys. Go on a mini vacay. Listen, I have a story time. A couple months ago, my mom and I took a vacation for a week. Yours can be shorter. You can do like a weekend getaway, whatever you choose. It's up to you. We went away for a week, and I've been to this place before. I've talked about this on my YouTube channel, so if you're a subscriber there and you're subscribed here, just bear with me. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it is at my vision, the number 4 and the letter U. I put content up. I have a new video coming out on the exact day that this episode is going to be out. So, anyways, so we went on this vacation, and I've been to this place before, like many times as a teenager, right? Like we would go, we'd get away, we'd spend time on the beach, whatever. And this time around, I went there with such a different outlook, because I'm like, all I want to do is just embrace. I spoke about it in the last episode. Just really embracing every moment of solitude and walking on the beach and swimming in the pool and just being creative, writing, meditating. I did all of those things and I felt so amazing. So literally, even if you're just like, I need to get out of the environment that I'm in for a couple of days, just so you can like be in a different mindset, I suggest it. Like while I was there, I didn't mention this in the last episode, but while I was there, I had moments where I didn't think about my phone. Like, yeah, sure, of course I brought my phone with me places, but like there were places that I'd go that I was like, okay, like I don't really need to be on my phone right now, you know? So I think it's worth exploring, it's worth testing out and kind of seeing what could be an option for you. So give it a try. And the last one on the list, last but certainly not least, reflect. You guys, how did you feel when you went through all of these different things? Were there things that you're like, I never want to do that again? Or were there things that you're like, maybe I can add this to my list of things to try and to continue doing? Or were there things that you're like, okay, I can change that around to really be more beneficial for me? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please do me a favor. Let me know on Instagram. I will tell you guys my Instagram one more time, because I'm really trying to like allow you guys to give me a chance to really interact with you. I really want to interact more with the people that listen to my content. So, if you are on Instagram, I should say, my Instagram, once again, is at mindful.minute_. Give me a follow, you guys. I'm really trying to focus on interacting with you, because I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what your suggestions are. And so it's really beneficial and crucial for me to be able to have access to really, like, being able to communicate with you. So, yeah. You can ask me questions over there, leave comments on how you felt about all of these things, and just kind of we can communicate with each other. I feel like that's really important to me. And I don't know if I'm just not good at like making content, but oftentimes I find that a lot of people both on my YouTube channel and here, unfortunately, don't don't react to the questions. So like if I ask you guys, hey, like send me questions on Instagram, I often find that people won't do that. So I'm not trying to force you. I think that's one thing I'm learning is like I don't want to force people to follow me, but I also don't know of any other ways to like gain feedback from you guys, from you from you listening to these episodes. So that's like kind of my only option is to ask people if they feel comfortable enough to follow me over on Instagram. But yeah. So these are your tips. Go about them as you choose to. And, we can continue to have discussions like these and really kind of continue to discuss ways of being able to advance yourself into self-care. But yeah, that's about it for now, everybody. So I will catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.